Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're with the NCN 6 o'clock news. The issue of corporal punishment in schools has long been debated in Guyana and has to some extent remained inconclusive. As it stands now, only head teachers are allowed to impose corporal punishment on students. NCN's Natasha Smith has sought the views of the man in the street on an issue that awaits a verdict.
No. Can't beat people, children. The only way you could whip them a little bit to learn to read. You know, in their own way, in the hard days, and they want to learn to read. They want to play and run about. You know, you call them and you just whip them a little. Say, come on, do something. Beating children wouldn't help solve the problem. You have to talk to them. Your mom and dad send you out to school, and you all come to school, and I'm the teacher, and I try to learn you all, and you all must take education.
Corporal punishment, I believe, is necessary today, even today, because years ago, this is what was being done, being done to children. Some teachers, even in my day, were cruel. Yes, you have some cruel teachers. It all depends upon the temperament of teachers.
They're too disrespectful for young people. The disrespect, they need too much of licks. True, too disrespectful. They disrespect down to their own parents.
But I think definitely there needs to be some sort of discipline at school, and corporal punishment should be introduced. And at home also.
Well, it depends on how you do it, to what extent. So if you take, for example, if you punish a child for no reason or punish a child too much, that could alter their behavior negatively.
The much talked about topic has even reached the level of Parliament. The Corporal Punishment Bill of 2007 is still before the House, as there is a division among the two main political parties. But many Guyanese are also supporting the use of corporal punishment, as they believe in the Bible saying, "Spare the rod and spoil the child." Meanwhile, head of the Ministry of Education's School Welfare Unit, Banmati Ram, has said during visits to several schools, teachers were found to be using whips.
We go into schools, we monitor what is happening, and we hold the HM, the head teacher, accountable. Because that's one of the ways we protect our children from corporal punishment. We are aware that children are being beaten in the presence of their peers and other students, and this is a practice that the Ministry of Education is against. There's a policy against it. If a child is to be punished, and corporal punishment is the very last resort, and it should be done by a senior master, senior mistress, or the head teacher. We don't advocate it.
Head teachers are allowed to impose corporal punishment on students. Reporting for the 6 o'clock news, Natasha Smith.
The Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Education today partnered to spread awareness among school children on the importance of washing hands. On the observance of the first Global Hand Washing Day, Minister of Health Dr. Leslie Ramsamy reminded school children that bacteria lives everywhere and proper hand washing is a very important way of preventing the spread of diseases. He added that worldwide children under 5 are more vulnerable, and the practice of washing hands can decrease diarrhea-related deaths by half. With 2008 as the United Nations International Year of Sanitation, the Global Hand Washing Day will echo and reinforce its call for improved hygiene practices. The practice of hand washing with soap tops the international hygiene agenda this year, with the first ever Global Hand Washing Day being observed today. Minister of Education Sheikh Baksh says head teachers have a major role to play in achieving the goals of the new education strategic plan. Mr. Baksh was speaking at the launch of a 2-day head teachers conference hosted by the Georgetown Department of Education aimed at enhancing leadership capacity. Natasha Smith has more.
Minister of Education Sheikh Baksh reminded head teachers that the school system is very important to the education sector, hence the need for them to be actively involved in the new 5-year strategic plan. Baksh outlined the various plans the ministry has to improve the delivery of education of children from nursery to tertiary. Minister Baksh says there is a communication gap which consultations with head teachers ought to correct.
All that we will try to do in this strategic plan will rest on your active participation over the next 5 years. Your role will be critical in all of this.
In his remarks, Minister Baksh informed the teachers of some of the key areas the new education strategic plan covers for the improvement of the sector and boost the efforts to deliver quality education. These include the phasing out of all community high schools by September of next year, within the next 5 years, to drastically improve the pass rate of key subject areas at major exams, and nursery education under the new structure will be compulsory. Minister Baksh says very shortly hard copies of the education strategic plan will be distributed countrywide.
Most importantly, we have the school system. And we have to dedicate much more time in supporting the school system, in supporting the work that you will be doing now and in the years ahead. And all of our efforts must be directed to that main objective.
The conference will afford participants a chance to look at traditional and alternative leadership styles and explore practical examples of their use in a school setting, exploring the use of internet for education management purposes and outlining the role of the head teacher in catering for special education needs provision within their school. Reporting for the 6 o'clock news, Natasha Smith.
Fishermen on the Essequibo are calling on the Department of Fisheries to urgently launch an investigation into the mysterious death of the fishes. Hundreds of dead fishes, especially stingrays, have washed up and littered the foreshore at Suddy, Golden Fleece and Perseverance on the Essequibo coast. One fisherman noted that since the fishes started floating in during washing tides some 3 days ago, residents in the area have stopped buying fishes. According to the fisherman, the situation is getting worse because their livelihood is at stake. Other fishermen also noted that the death of the fishes is a mystery. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon calls for, the 2008 World Health Report says health systems have lost focus on fair access to care and the ability to invest resources wisely. So the World Health Organization is now calling on countries to reinforce the primary health care approach, which was launched 30 years ago. Onika Jones filed this report.
Data in the 2008 World Health Report indicate a situation in which many health systems have lost focus on fair access to care, the ability to invest resources wisely, and capacity to meet the needs and expectations of people, especially in impoverished and marginalized groups. And according to the report, these constitute a threat to social stability. A call is now sounded for countries to return to the primary health care approach, which was formally launched 30 years ago. A call that is supported by PAHO Representative Dr. Kathleen Israel and Health Minister Dr. Leslie Ramsamy.
Initially, when primary health care first came on stream, it was a lot of people did not give support, although a number of health indicators improved in the 30 years since. But a number of people did not give it support because it was felt that it was a separate program and it was a program that was poorly resourced and it was intended to be for the poor. And I would want to disabuse that notion today because that was never intended to be the case. But now that we have an opportunity to rethink primary health care as we move forward, it is not intended to be a cheap approach to the organization of healthcare. It may be resource intensive, but the outcomes are going to give more value for money.
When countries at the same level of economic development are compared, those where healthcare is organized around the tenets of primary healthcare produce a higher level of health for the same investment. Health Minister and President of the World Health Assembly, Dr. Leslie Ramsamy, says this system has indeed shown success across the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean area during this time, we have eliminated measles as an illness and as a killer among our children and our people. Smallpox has been eliminated in all of our countries. Polio has been eliminated in all of our countries. And these successes came from primary health care.
Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Margaret Chan, defined 4 areas for countries to examine, which are service delivery, leadership, universal coverage, and public policy reforms. She noted that there are no reason why any country, rich or poor, should wait to begin moving forward with these reforms. Onika Jones, the 6 o'clock news.